Are you looking to become a sterile processing tech? Have you been wanting to do sterile processing for the longest of time? But people have been discouraging you not to because of some misconceptions they have about sterile processing. Guys, I'm here to debunk all those misconceptions. And today I'll be telling you guys about some truths on being a sterile processing tech. But guys, if you have not subscribed, do me the honor of subscribing, do me the honor of liking, and please make sure to share. And yes, guys, if this is your first time to click on this channel, please, if this video on sterile processing is not appealing to you, I have so many other videos on this channel because I do content on sterile processing, my life in America, and the TV lottery, and anything concerning like the TV lottery. But anyways, guys, without further ado, let's get into today's video. So today's video, I will be debunking some myths around sterile processing, or what people think sterile processing is all about. So I'll be telling you guys the truth about being a sterile processing tech. So many people, there's this misconception about like the decon in sterile processing. So many people think that in decon or in the decon, because decon is where like they clean the instruments. When the instruments come from the OR, they clean them, and yeah, they clean them, they wash them, and then send them to the other side for assembly. So many people think that when the instruments are being sent down from the OR like that, they come with a lot of blood, they come with like people. Another person was like saying that, don't you guys see blood? Don't you guys see scars? Don't you guys see like the placenta and all that? Guys, newsflash is we don't see all that. Like, I'm just gonna bust your bubbles by telling you that sometimes we rarely even see blood, except like in these suctions, where, because like when you suctions are things that pull out, like they're instruments that you use to pull blood, right? So with that, you might sometimes find blood inside those suctions, like you might find blood inside. But in most cases, coming before instruments leave the OR to come to us, they have pre-cleaned those instruments, like they have washed down the blood. I don't know how it's been done in the OR because I've never seen it, but all I can tell you is from our own end in decon. In decon, the instruments have already been cleaned, like they have been pre-cleaned. So what we just get are just like little residues of blood here and there, just a little, like you can barely even see it sometimes, but yeah, you can barely even see it sometimes. So all that conception of people saying, oh, they cannot work in decon because there is a lot of blood. Nah. Sometimes you barely even find blood on those instruments. And even when they are coming down, like once they have pre-cleaned it, they wrap it like in wet towels, or yeah, they wrap them sometimes in wet towels, and they spray them with like the enzyme so that when it gets to you, the instruments are easy to clean. So you rarely see blood. Like, yeah, I mean, it's there sometimes. I'm not contradicting what I'm saying, but all I'm trying to say is like the kind of exposure that people scream about, like you're going to be exposed to blood and all the rest. It's not that bad, guys. Like, chill. It's not that bad in decon. The next misconception I want to be debunking is another thing that you need a college degree to become a sterile processing tech. No, guys, you don't need any college degree to become a sterile processing tech. To become a sterile processing tech, you can either because on my other video, I spoke on the fact that most people nowadays, what they do is like they self-teach themselves. You just go online, you buy the textbook, you get the workbook, you come to your house, you study, and while you're putting in your 400 hours somewhere, when all that is done, you simply just have to compile all the documents and send to HISPA. They review it, and then you go take your board exam. So you don't necessarily need a college degree for that. The only thing you can spend is probably to get your textbook, you see. And the last the last point I want to be talking about, guys, is the fact that you don't necessarily have to work in the hospital. Guys, being a sterile processing tech, you don't necessarily have to work in the hospital. You have offsite facilities where, because okay, you have some people that don't like the hospital environment. That is why you have like offsite facilities. For those who don't like the hospital environment, you can work in an offsite facility. An offsite facility is the facility that, those are third parties, right? Where when work is backed up in the hospital, in the sterile processing department, they wrap all those instruments they wrap them in wet towels, or put them in a cart, and then they ship them to those third party facilities. Those are called offsite facilities. Their sole responsibility is to clean those items, to sterilize them, to store them, and then ship them back off. Because yeah, they don't store it. After they have washed it, they have cleaned it, they have cleaned it, they have sterilized it, they ship it back off to the hospital so the hospital can use those equipments. So with an offsite facility, guys, it's chilled. Like, you don't have that pressure of being in a hospital where you have to pick up the call, you have to deal with doctors, you have to deal with OR techs, you have to deal with managers, you have to deal with that. Nope, you don't. In an offsite facility, you don't do all that. So I just want to say it out here that you don't necessarily have to work in a hospital once you're a sterile processing tech. There are offsite facilities where you can work in. And in the future, I really hope and I intend to work in one, because like I'm not the kind of person that really likes the hospital setting. I'll really not like really like the hospital setting. I just think I want to try out something new. So I think in the future I'll be trying out an offsite facility. So like, to do a recap of everything I've said, like, the first misconception is decon is not that bad as people claim it is. Like, you are not that exposed as people think it is. Another thing is, you don't need a college degree to become a sterile processing tech. And my last point is that you can become a sterile processing tech without necessarily working in the hospital. So these are the points, and these are some truths about sterile processing that people don't tell you. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you guys so much, and see you all on my next one. Bye.